All right, we got a big Andrew Tate update today. His daddy coin, look at these green candles. Absolutely pumping. He's also pumping other tokens. We're going to get into exactly which ones we think he could be pumping and making more millionaires. He's giving away $50 million through a new project that he just launched. He's also giving away a Lamborghini, and he's getting a little bit of crypto happy, which means there's just going to be a lot of opportunities for us to cash in and make a decent amount of money. We're going to go through all of those together. But before we start, it's good to be back on YouTube because I don't know if you noticed, our channel actually got deleted for a couple of days. YouTube banned us and said, no more YouTube for you. I said, that's sad. I really enjoyed making these videos and connecting with you guys. And they said, oh, you know what? We made a mistake. Welcome back. Took 48 hours or so. But make sure, please, come over. I'll leave this. The top link in the description below is a link to my X/Twitter. I am going to be posting valuable content over here. So if you use X and you enjoy me, get the best of both worlds, come and give me a follow just in case YouTube decide that they don't like me again and that's the last you see of me. So please come give me a follow over here on X. Now, let's get into the Andrew Tate updates. This is actually a big update for everybody here. So, yeah, we're going to the moon. Absolutely skyrocketing. How much is it skyrocketing? Well, let's zoom out because for so long, Andrew Tate could not get his token pumping. Even though he's got probably one of the most influential men in the world, especially in the crypto space. I think Elon's probably definitely got him covered. Trump's got him covered too. But apart from that, he's probably ranking in at about 3rd place. And he found it really hard to pump his token over this stagnant / backwards market. You can see down here, the most of pump was 30 mil, up to about 68 mil very briefly, and then just sort of found its level again. Even his massive pushes, tweets, making trailers, spending weeks trying to get this thing to pump. Honestly, in my analysis of it, he really couldn't. And that's because there's nothing stronger than the market. Imagine trying to swim upstream in a rapid that's just like cascading towards you. You're not going very far. But then guess what happens? If we zoom in on the month here, you can see trying to promote it, or 6 months here, trying to promote it during any of these yellow or orange periods is almost impossible. This is the fear and greed index. If you don't know, this is how bullish or bearish the market sentiment is out there. And when the market sentiment is not bullish, your token is not going to do well. It doesn't really matter how hard you push or who you are. However, recently, you can see over the last week, you've only had one yellow candle, and yellow is actually still pretty decent at a 50 rating, but they've crossed into the green, into the greed side of things. And that is like turning around and swimming with a rampaging, cascading river. You're just going to fly. You can do 1% of what you did in a bear market, and the token's going to absolutely skyrocket, as we've seen. Now, Andrew Tate is aware of this phenomenon. I think he's learning, as we're sort of learning, that if it's bullish, that's when you should be doing the pumping. And I think there's another reason he's doing the pumping now, and I'll get to that at the end of the video. He says, I'm 20 hours a day online with the bull market degenerates. The degenerates meaning the people who don't really use logic or have any risk tolerance. They just go hard on any opportunity. Top G and G are in the trenches. Now, this is an interesting use of words. I'll come back to that in a second. Talk to me directly here, which is on his Telegram group. October. This is obviously a cartoon version of Andrew Tate. Absolutely jacked through the roof. The Daddy token posted, "We are so back. Uptober Daddy." Now, if you don't know what Uptober is, historically, October is massive for crypto returns. And Q4 specifically is historically the best for the returns. This is Bitcoin on average, guys. On average, goes up 88%. Now, it is pulled up a little bit by this 479% back in 2013. But even look at the last halving year and the last election year. That is what's happening this year, and that hit 168% in one quarter. So that's why they call it October. I don't know what November, December is called. They've got names too. But historically, it's been very bullish. And we actually just, if we go to monthly returns here, had our best performing September ever, which can set us up for a potentially massive Q4. for. That's what we're all here for. This is what we've been waiting for. Glad our YouTube channel is online during Q4 because it feels like the bull market is here. You can see because of these opportunities that are popping up almost every day now. People turning hundreds of dollars into millions. With that little Moodang Hippo Guide token, which absolutely flew through the roof, we'll be doing, obviously, if you don't follow us here, subscribe here as well, because we're going to be covering all of these opportunities for you. Now, let's get back to Andrew Tate. He's getting a little crypto silly. He says, get my attention and I'll pump your bags. Send me videos of you dancing, best one wins. So pumping your bags, meaning he's going to be promoting the tokens that you're holding, making you very rich. He's trying to make people dance for it. We can see if people are actually dancing. I think there's a lot of gifs. You've got the Australian breakdancer down here. Look at this. This guy looks like he's going to be... Yeah, so people are dancing, trying to get him to pump their tokens. Tate says, I just want to pump everyone's bags and give you all money. Now, this is somewhat true. I'll get into, I think, what he actually also wants to do with this. But I think there's a lot of money to be made, and he is burning all of his tokens and investing more and more money into these projects. So he's not actually taking any money out, selling or rug pulling any of these. I don't understand why more famous people aren't fun and don't help everyone win. Bitter, boring scammers. I'm in it for the lols. My bill's already paid, so I just want to help you pay yours. Love, Top G. This is the 28th of September. Now, how has he started and where is he focusing his crypto silliness? Well, it's with the Daddy token, the token that we've been covering here on this channel, and Tate has been telling you that he's going to be pumping and making everyone really happy the whole time. Everyone disbelieved him. Now he could be up a 3x if he listened when he spoke about it or when we spoke about it here. So, Benji.eth, good name, Benji. This is not me, by the way, it's another Benji. Top G is directly pushing Daddy to all 113,000 students in the real world from his main channel. Jump on the Daddy train before it's gone. You can see inside of the real world, where he has 113,000 students, he's pushing the Daddy token as of yesterday. So this is a really recent thing as the bull market has become. He's tweeted about Daddy here. He's tweeted about, actually, I'll come back to that one. He's tweeted about Daddy here, saying he's going to match the biggest buy of Daddy in the next 30 minutes. Meaning if someone bought $4 million of Daddy, he would also throw $4 million of Daddy in there. Wouldn't be a smart idea, I don't think. But you can see he is standing behind this project, really trying to pump it at the moment. It officially passed a $100 million market cap. We saw that at the very start here. It crossed almost into the 120, about $115 million at the peak of that market cap. It's having a little bit of a correction here, leveling out at $89 million at the time that I'm recording this video. Now, just 15 hours ago, he says that he's burnt $110 million of Daddy live on stream. Now, that was a few months ago. We all watched that. We all saw that go down, and that did happen, verified on the blockchain. My public wallet is filled with coins that people send me. Do I burn them all and pump the projects, or do we sell them and buy Daddy with the Solana? We need some chaos. You can see this is the silliness. This is the chaos. This is just, he's just going absolutely hard because he knows he's swimming down the river with the cascading water flying behind him. He knows he can really have impact on any project. Now, if we jump ahead a little bit and get into this wallet, you can see he's been buying Daddy recently. This is Andrew Tate's wallet. And guys, if you come and get real world updates and alerts, we have a newsletter, an email list that goes out anytime that there's a big update or an opportunity with Andrew Tate and crypto. We also will give you his wallet address so you can go and look it up, see what portfolio he's holding. I wouldn't copy it because a lot of people send it to him, but you can get a huge advantage if you are trying to trade crypto based on Andrew Tate's social influence. So you can see he's been buying Daddy. And also, if we go to his portfolio, these are the people who have been sending him the tokens. So we got Giga, Coco, Smilek, Moon, Baby, USDT. There's not that much value in here if you can, because it's not easy at all to launch a token and then not have Tate promote it, and it will just go to zero. If Tate talked about any of these projects that were in his wallet and pumped them and then burned the supply, they would instantly go into the millions, maybe $100 millions of dollars, especially in the bull market. But the moment they're just dwindling and bleeding out. And so based on this tweet here, well, if he burns the tokens, I really don't think it's going to do much to the projects because there's so many projects. There's dozens, if not hundreds of projects that people are sending all these tokens to, and he's only holding a few $1,000s of those coins. And also, if he tries to sell them, there's no real liquidity in there. And if he tries to buy them with Solana, he's going to be buying like 17 Solana worth, which will not move the price at all. So this is more just feeding into the hype, feeding into the silliness. Let's keep pumping. Let's keep going to the moon. How high does he think he's going to go? Well, here he said, daddy to $400 million market cap. So that's over 4x from where it is now. Then I give my allocation from my public wallet away. That's very interesting. Now this is a new thing because his trick was, I'm going to burn hundreds of millions. He did it and everyone's like, oh, the circus is over. It's packed up. It's gone home. Now he's saying if we get to 400 million, he will give somebody, one of the daddy holders, his money. So he'll be giving away. Now people are like, oh, we want that. And if everyone thinks it's going to 400 million, it will go to 400 million because that's crypto. That's money. It was like when the US printed a new type of currency to fund a war, and that currency sort of lost its peg to the US dollar. I think they were called greenbacks or something like that. And then what happened was the US was like, oh, in 2 years' time, you'll be able to trade all the greenbacks, all this currency that we printed in for the other currency or for gold. We will match it 1-to-1. And guess what happened? It went back up and pegged to the US dollar. And then no one even traded it in because they didn't need to, because it was back to being pegged and they just inflated the currency even more. This is how money systems, this is what we used to operate. They are, apart from Bitcoin, giant Ponzi schemes. He also wrote here, at a $1 billion market cap, I start a second coin and give everyone advance warning to make the fastest blow up coin in history. He really wants to launch to that $1 billion level. He wants daddy to get to the $1 billion level or even another coin. Because he kept saying in interviews, it's going to be over $1 billion, over $1 billion, over $1 billion. I think he's really mentally just like, how do I get to $1 billion just so I can say that I did it? Now, before we get into this other little bit, we can read this bit here. The event at the end of October, he's having a daddy event, I think in person, and then he's launching a daddy world tour. So again, he's just promising, making sure that there's things on the horizon that people can look forward to so the token can pump in the meantime. We have talked about here on the channel a couple of times how utility really kills the market cap of a token. So Andrew Tate's been saying that you're going to get the real world token, his actual token that he owns, airdropped to daddy holders. And now we're like, okay, that's fantastic. Congrats for actually making something with utility in the crypto world. However, it sort of anchors, it puts a roof on the price because it's like, well, if we're going to get $50 million airdropped, the maximum that this can be is $50 million. Why would it be trading at $500 million when you're only going to get 1/10 of the utility? So NJ actually addressed this, funny enough, on the 28th of September, and he says the perks are going to be better than the utility. So things like going in the running to win Lamborghinis, he's doing lots of giveaways, being able to attend events, and obviously there's going to be more perks coming. He says buckle up. Obviously he's planning a lot of things so people can stop valuing it based on the utility of the airdrop. Now, quick side quest, because I thought it was interesting. All through his Twitter, while I was researching this video, Andrew Tate kept mentioning trenches, the word trenches, and then photos with it. Trenches, in the trenches. This is September 30. There he is, trench, with a little bit of patois up there. There's him, there's his brother. Trenches, we've seen that one already. It's in his Twitter maybe 6 or 7 times. And of course, someone's going to launch a meme coin called Trenches, because if they didn't, I was. I'm like, I'll throw a meme coin out there that everyone can get behind. It's actually at fully locked liquidity. It's at a $551,000 market cap. At peak, it hit a $1.3 million market cap, although it was only there for a very brief amount of time. You can see it's going up and down. It is going up and to the right, which is interesting. I think there's some speculation, like why is he using the word trenches so often? Is there going to be a token, another token or something to do with trenches? And even if he doesn't officially launch, if he keeps mentioning trenches, well, us as fans could just be like, cool, we'll do the fan run trench token, send 40% of the supply to Andrew, have him burn it again as part of the daddy promotion, and that it could absolutely skyrocket. Now, I'm not buying trenches myself. I thought interesting on 2 levels. One, if you're just watching Andrew Tate and trying to play off his audience, launch a meme coin that's based on his stuff and you could do extremely well. Obviously, don't rug pull on everyone, but you can make a few $1,000s pretty quickly. The top trader here has made $10,000 in a couple of days. And secondly, I thought it was strange that he keeps mentioning trenches. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, but at least if you're around in the last bull market, you'd remember that people used to leave Easter egg clues. And that was way more powerful than directly mentioning a token, was to leave the Easter egg and the token would do 10 times more gains than actually directly calling it out. Now, why is Andrew Tate coming back around to Daddy Token? Apart from it being a bull market, I believe this is why. And we had a video on this, I think the last video that went up before our account got deleted actually. He is giving away $50 million and he's doing it through this promotional platform here. So let's have a look. He says, top G. G stands for giveaway. I bought a brand new Lamborghini STO and wrapped it with Big G Trump. I'm giving this car away. To qualify, retweet the tweet, this one here, must be a member of the real world. So he's trying to get people to sign up to his real world membership. Obviously, he makes $50 a month for anyone who signs up. Must hold $1,000 USD of Daddy. That's what started this real Daddy pump is. In order to win, in order to get the perks of actually being in a giveaway, you must have $1,000 of the Daddy token. Must be on the email list. Cool. These are all things that actions that he wants his members to take. I will choose one of the real world students, confirm they meet all criteria, and send them to go collect this car. Free Lambo in collaboration with Daddy and join the real world. It's not just in collaboration with them, it's also in collaboration with this. He's giving away $50 million. The Lambo is the promotional part of this because he's launched something called Fundraiser.com, and this is the $50 million that he is giving away. If you go to Fundraiser.com, it seems to be a site that is owned by Andrew Tate and the War Room, so his high up members. And they have $50 million ready to invest in promising projects. You can get from $20K to $1 million investment allocation per project. He's looking to basically angel invest, seed invest in lots of small businesses. You obviously have to apply. And guess what happens when you apply? You have to be a member of the real world. So he's basically creating this. He owns university.com. He also owns fundraiser.com. But university.com, or the real world as he calls it, is basically trying to be this ecosystem, their own currency. They're going to have the real world token. We'll talk about that. We'll finish on that in just a second. They're going to have the ability to fund their own projects. So you sign up to a school and then the school invests in you. And then obviously the school has to make its money back by taking an equity or some form of loan back from you. So they're basically betting on their students as businesses, which is pretty awesome and pretty smart. And obviously it's going to just to be a massive community that you can tap into and leverage. Now, I'm not currently part of the real world, but I just think it's a cool project that they're working on, a cool way that they're going about it. In terms of their actual token, the real world token, because remember, Daddy is a third-party token that Andrew Tate just liked the name of, jumped on, started promoting, and then burning all the supply. It's not actually his official token. However, the real world token could be released in October following SEC approval. When you come back here, 400 million, Andrew Tate says the real world token coming post SEC. They're actually applying for SEC approval in order to get that token launched because it's got utility where you have rev share, and if you own part of that token, you're going to get part of the revenue that the real world actually makes. So that's why the SEC has to have a look at that and make sure it's not operating as a security or something that's detrimental to them. He says he also plans to pump Daddy in October, hold its event, deliver the Lamborghini giveaway, and give free power levels. So there's a lot of hype, a lot of money, a lot of meme coins, a lot of speculation, all going around in the Tate ecosystem. Make sure you sign up to that newsletter so you don't miss any opportunities the moment that they pop up.